It's IBC 2022. We're in Hall 7 and we're with EditShare, and I'm joined by Stephen. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Very well. How's it going?
Very well, thank you. Now, we spoke very recently actually on the Kit Plus preview show, and you mentioned 3 questions you get asked. So I'm quite intrigued by those 3 questions to start with, and also whether you're hearing the same sort of thing from people here at IBC this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of our customers are asking us about the cloud. Obviously, it's been an important topic. So, but they're asking us like, should be my cloud strategy? So we've had some customers that are, fully embraced in the cloud. They're broadcasters. They've, been doing their delivery systems in the cloud for a long time. And others are going, I don't really understand AWS. I don't understand all this stuff. What can we do there? So a lot of the conversations is first off, what should be my cloud strategy? Can I afford not even to have one anymore? So I must have something. The second question is like, I want some flexibility to build up these collaborative workflows, but I want to be able to change my my creative tools. So maybe I'm working in Adobe, maybe I'm working in Avid Media Composer or Resolve. Maybe I've got a migration from one to the other over time, but I want to be able to have the same sort of experience regardless of those tools. So we're getting customers who've got that within their environment, so that's very important to them. And then the third, I would say it's like remote working part 2.
Right.
Like with the part 1 was, okay, we had the pandemic. It was difficult. People found a way. They maybe shipped drives to home. They did all those kind of things. But now, how do we make that sustainable? Because when you do that, you lose all the collaboration because you've not got a centralized system anymore. So how do we make a sustainable kind of hybrid working flow? So those are the kind of 3 questions that we've been hearing.
Yeah, and you find that's a common thread here on the show floor as well?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. A number of people have been coming up to us with those kind of challenges. Maybe they've, doing a shoot in one location, but they want to have people working in a different location.
Yeah.
So that's using some of our nice tools. So we just, in the new release, we've got Swift Sync, which allows you to synchronize 2 EFS systems. So maybe you've got one EFS system where the capture is happening on the facility, then you can have the editors in another location, and we can accelerate the file transfer. So it's built into the system, very easy to set up, and it will go really, really fast between those sites. So that's one option. And then others are looking for, a proxy type of workflow. Can I look at things in a web browser? Can I do my organization in the web and then continue it into other tools? So absolutely, that's the sort of questions that we're getting. Cloud is very important, though, as I say. A lot of people are unsure how to embrace it. Is their next investment going to be an on-prem one, or is it going to be a cloud one? Now, for EditShare, we're a software company. We can run in both of those environments, and we can really give them sort of almost independent device because we don't really mind where they land, but we're trying to show customers that the cloud is a destination where you can have the entire workflow you're used to. And I think that's the exciting thing. If you go and look around IBC, how many of the vendors are now available, particularly in the AWS cloud, right through the ecosystem, so that if you're going to start making that step into the cloud, there are many partners available.
Yeah. So how do you offer the flexibility in the collaboration, or the many collaborations that EditShare do?
Yeah, so we've just launched this universal projects concept, right? And we just won some awards here at IBC, so we're very excited about that. Yes, always. Yeah, we had the Emmy last time we met. So the universal projects is all about giving that one central place for all of the teams to work around. So this is probably pretty unique for EditShare because we've always had the integrations into Adobe and into Resolve and into the Avid Media Composer environments, but it's often been you've had to drag and drop something, or it's not been a two-way interaction. Now it's a truly two-way collaborative process. So we can read from Avid bins. So if somebody starts their project in Avid, they're laying it all out, but they want to collaborate with somebody who's just got a web browser, they don't want to load up Avid remotely, then they can do that now. They can see the entire contents of the project, all the organization, all the structure, subclips and markers and all of those things. They're available in the web browser, or they can do some of that in the web browser. They can be creating it, but then they can also do that in Adobe. So we've got our panel integrations with Adobe, we've got our integrations also Resolve. So the idea being that with this one universal project, it means that if they start automating some of that process, let's say that every time footage arrives, they want to automatically create certain structures, tag it up, that can be flexible across any of those creative tools, and that gives our customers a lot of freedom. And also, sometimes they can't dictate the creative tool. Sometimes they've got different teams that just want to work with that tool. And EditShare is always about being open and providing the best tools. So this is what we think that Universal Projects really brings to the solution.
Yeah, and you touched on it earlier on, the hybrid workflows and the fact that obviously in the last couple of years and continuing on, people are working somewhat in a hybrid way.
Yes.
What sort of solutions is EditShare providing for that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so you can go for the full journey right into the cloud, and bring all your storage and MAM into the cloud. And what we found is, as I mentioned, some people have got a lot of the pieces of that already and don't need much. With our Flex solution, we've actually bundled in some third-party solutions to make it much easier for those people who aren't so confident. Maybe they don't have a DevOps team, maybe they don't have things. So, for example, we have the Teradata Cloud Access Manager integrated into the solution. That means that all a remote editor needs to do is launch up their normal remote desktop client, and if the workstation is in the cloud, they can power it on if it's off, which is a good way of saving money, of course. And then they can work on it as normal. When they log off, it can automatically shut down. That saves a lot of cost, and it takes a lot of the burden. So that's one of the solutions. As I mentioned, we have the Swift Sync that allows people to do the hybrid workflows. And also within those Adobe panels and with Resolve, we've got a fully integrated proxy workflow. So a lot of our customers just want to go completely offline. They can download and offline all of the material, work on it completely remotely, and then relink it back to the originals. And so we've got that integrated directly into those platforms. So those are really good hybrid workflows for our customers.
Yeah, and being a software company, I guess upgrades and future-proofing is second nature, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had releases throughout the year. We've just had one that's just gone live with all of these features, and it's great because I was having a customer come up and say, "Oh, we've got this problem. We need to move the media about. Oh, well, your new version's got that now. You can just unlock it. So
upload it,
just run an upgrade and off you go." So I think that's really with our focus on our software process and giving people, and now that we have HPE hardware, so we can just ship that around the world. We don't have to worry about the hardware side of things as EditShare. We can really focus on keep delivering these increments. So there's going to be some really exciting new advancements on that universal projects concept as we move into the next year.
Yeah, well, we look forward to hearing about those. And where can people find out what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I mean, editshare.com has everything that we're doing. So go and check that out and get in touch with us. We're definitely keen to see how we can help simplify storytelling for the whole industry.
Fantastic. Stephen, thank you very much. If you're still at IBC, do come to Hall 7 to check out EditShare or visit editshare.com. For everything else we're doing at IBC, check out kitplus.com.